must continue. We must continue. This is Radio Biafra. If you're joining us for the very first time, you are blessed. Because here you will hear the unadulterated truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We are Biafrans. We are not going to lose focus. We are IPOB. It doesn't matter. You know, sometimes people, I say somebody's name on Radio Biafra, or we say, oh, we respect so person, and the next day the zoo will go to that person, give them money to say some nonsense against our IPOB, or against Nnamdi Kanu. You must all be used to it. This is called freedom fighting. Fighting. We don't have guns or ammunition, no. We don't have bullets, no. No knives, no machete, nothing. Not even penknife. But we are involved in freedom fighting. Don't expect your enemies to fold their arms and just be waiting for you to walk over them. Anybody I mention on Radio Biafra, anybody that I say is close to me, they go to that very person, they give them money, they bribe them, they promise them heaven and earth to come out and start speaking from the other side of the mouth. All of you must get used to it. And when you see such nonsense, you simply move on. Ignore them, because they are trying to distract you from what you are supposed to be doing. So we must move on, because this very gospel must be preached. Chukwu Okike Abiama will bear us witness always, because we always win. We are Radio Biafra. Every time we win, there is nothing anybody can do about it. They can arrest us all they like. They went to Nnewi, they arrested everybody. The police came where we were conducting a peaceful march inside our own market. Inside, we didn't go to Guzo or to Funtua. In our own home, Nnewi, in our own place, distributing leaflets and flyers. Marching, as we usually do. The Fulani police commissioner called his people, asked them to come and start shooting at us. They are the ones that came uninvited. They shot at us. And they came back that same evening for mass arrest. Do you know why they are doing it? Because they know we will not fight back. They know that all the armed robbers and the criminals and the ritualists in Ohanese and the Igbo governors, they will turn a blind eye. As this nonsense is happening, a new terrorist group is being formed in Sokoto. Nobody is going there to shoot at them. They went to confront they were in, is it Matale or whatever rubbish they call the place, where the army battalion were. Where? Metale, is that correct? I don't know how to pronounce those names. You must forgive me. Boko Haram came and dealt with them. And some of them ran away. These are soldiers with guns. Do you understand what I'm saying? These are armed, remember when it comes to IPOB, you see Buratai, they're armed, they are well trained, they are Nigerian soldiers. We are going there. You see Yoruba Irats on the internet saying, oh, our army is going there. Our troops going to Isiamafara to fight with armored cars and anti-personnel carriers and 2 Air Force jets, bombers, to come and kill me and my family. Do you know that this same brilliant, powerful army, that Boko Haram met them and they were running, and they had guns, they had armored tank, they had everything. Now I keep saying to the zoo and their supporters, if you're running away from illiterate, badly educated Alamajiri carrying AK-47, when IPOB decides to go violent, how can you cope? I keep asking them, nobody can answer this question. You saw during Operation Python Dance, they went and brought one baby snake and gave to Buratai. He wrapped his round around the snake as a hard man. Ordinary Boko Haram came and they were all running. How can you be running with a rifle? These are the people that came to Isiamafra to kill everybody. They came to Nnewi to arrest us because Igbo governors. When I told you not to go out to vote for that drunkard, that idiot, Anambra governor now, they gave the governorship to Willie Obiano. Did you listen? Do you think a Fulani soldier, Fulani policeman will give the order to come to Nnewi market and be shooting at people without the knowledge of Obiano? Is that what you're telling me? Of course Obiano knew. The same Obiano is now supporting Jubril. This is the problem we have in our land. When you call evil for what it is, they say you disrespect elders. Everybody can remember that when Buhari was alive, he was openly defending Boko Haram that was busy killing people. An attack on Boko Haram is an attack against the North. IPOB is not carrying any arms. We've not killed anybody. None of them. None of them that some fools are telling us to respect. None of them came out to defend IPOB. But they go to the same meeting with these people defending Boko Haram, defending Fulani headsmen. When Fulani headsmen came to Anambra to kill us, surprise, surprise, this Fulani police commissioner never sent one policeman to go and defend our villages. I want people to listen very carefully and understand what I'm saying, why I am angry with some of these people. Talking nonsense all the time. You know, in a land of hunger, any idiot can come out to say whatever rubbish they like. Any fool can come out and say whatever nonsense they like. I am asking the Anambra State Police Commissioner that sends his policemen to go to Nnewi to shoot at people conducting a peaceful evangelism. This Anambra Police Commissioner, Mr. Police Commissioner, when your Fulani brothers were in Anambra raping women, rampaging and killing people in the farms, what did you do? The answer is nothing. But, some of our people born in Mandiamu, Lagos and Abuja, answering a phone or whatever it is that they're answering in the north and Yoruba land. This is why you say I insult you. When I say you cannot reason properly, you say I insult you. Wouldn't the question be, why are you attacking innocent people in Nnewi market? When you have Fulani headsmen killing people all over the place. When you have a brand new terrorist group in Sokoto. When you can't even defeat Boko Haram. But I don't know what is happening. Maybe it's the zoo education system. Instead of people to ask very simple questions as to why things are the way they are, they say to IPOB, oh, but you shouldn't have gone out to evangelize. And when I ask them why are they saying that, they say it's because a Fulani man said so. You shouldn't go out to evangelize because a Fulani, some of them are so terrified of Fulani people. Perhaps I'm the only person that the Fulanis are afraid of. And they know, because if you hate me, I hate you twice, more than you hate me. Anybody pretending that they love one Nigeria, and in that process, try to put down Biafra or IPOB, I'll come after you. It's as simple as that. If you hate me, I hate you back. Illegal arrests everywhere and detention of IPOB family members. This time around, they were unlucky. They picked up traders. Now the traders in the Nnewi market can see what we are suffering. They will say you, they'll arrest you for no reason. They won't tell anybody. They just take you. Sometimes they take you to Abuja, or they kill you and they dump you in a borrow pit. Will Ohaneze say anything? Will your so-called useless governor say anything? Will another idiot somewhere in Abuja or Lagos answering to Ohaneze this or that, or Igbo this or that, say anything? The answer is no. That is how selfish and foolish some of them are. They arrested innocent traders at Nnewi and locked them up with the help of Igbo politicians. You don't know that? Anybody, they all want to do what they can do to get along, to have a house in Abuja, be able to buy private jets, and be flying all over until they're elite. Both the educated and the uneducated. They tell you, oh, we are the elite. What makes you an elite? Okay, you have a Fulani friend, or a political godfather in the Fulani land, and that recommended you for an appointment in somebody's government, and because of that, all of a sudden you become an elite. Do you see how messed up we are in our brains? All of them. When I look at Imo State, I pity the people of Imo State. Look at your elites now in Imo State. Ndioshi throughout. Every governorship candidate in Imo State, Chineke nna mere mebere. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Going back to Nnewi, they lock up our people. Let me tell them something. Ask any IPOB family member who's ever been to prison before. Once you take us to prison, we become more hardened than we ever were before. There is nobody who has ever been to prison. Some of us 2-3 times. Then you ask, oh, are you going to give up on IPOB? They will tell you you're dreaming. It makes us to become more hardened. If you don't know, we must tell you. You must release those traders or it will escalate. Willie Obiano is now having fun, buying even more expensive brandy and whiskey to get drunk all he likes because he has access to allocation money. And what has he done with it? Nothing. Prison yard can never guarantee Nigeria's unity. It's impossible. Go and ask anywhere in the world. Locking up people in prison can never guarantee you any form of national cohesion or unity. People with determination to be free cannot be stopped. We are determined and we can never ever be stopped. It is impossible. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. You can never stop IPOB. Never, ever, ever. More than 5 million people died in Biafra during the war. Before the war and even after the war. Awolowo or Bafemi Awolowo stole all our money. Or Chief Bafemi Awolowo stole all our money. Our people know this and they don't want to speak the truth. Gave us 20 pounds each family. Where was the rest of the money? Awolowo took it. Am I lying? Am I lying? Awolowo took all the money. If you ask them, they say, oh no, you cannot speak the truth because some of us now, we are born in Yoruba land. Me and Tunde, we are friends. Because of that, you cannot speak the truth. How sad. How very, very sad it is. A new Islamic terror group is now functioning full-time in Sokoto. You will not hear one Awasa Fulani politician, leader, elder come out to castigate this group. If it is a Biafran group, you will see a Biafran politician. He will charter plane. He will volunteer himself to sabotage them. That is here. As Wodo said in public, that he has sabotaged Biafra before. He will sabotage it again. And people are still calling him an elder. Do you see how foolish people are? Ask yourself this question. Why is it that from Boko Haram to Fulani headsmen to this new one now? What's their name again? I don't know what they came a place called Tangaza local government in Sokoto. Have you heard of any Fulani man coming out in the papers to say, oh, we must keep Nigeria one? Who are these people? Go and kill them. But it was only Nyanwodo and the Igbo governors that went to Abuja and persuaded Abuja to come and kill me and kill my people. Can you believe that? It was them that went to Abuja and said, come and kill them for us. They want to stop us from being elite. But I'm asking all of you tonight, this new terrorist group in Sokoto, Fulani headsmen supported by every Fulani man to expand Islam and Fulani culture through the Middle Belt, and Boko Haram, have you heard of anybody coming out to criticize them? Before Buhari died, was Buhari not coming out openly to defend Boko Haram? Was Buhari not nominated by Boko Haram as their chief negotiator? Are people that stupid that they cannot reason? Now, I'm not coming here in Africa, I'm telling you the truth. So it's unbelievable. The way we reason is just beyond me. There is nothing about the reasoning capacity of a black person that convinces me that we are human beings. I'm telling you the truth. Is that what I'm saying here lies? Did Buhari not defend Boko Haram? We are Boko Haram not killing Igbo people in the north. Remember the Madala bombing? Have you forgotten? Samagas Catholic Church? Did any Igbo man have the courage to stand up and speak against Boko Haram? The answer is no. But look at IPOB. They queue up. They buy up acres of newspaper pages and columns and pages to write against IPOB, to write against Nnamdi Kanu. I have come to save them. I have come to save them from their stupidity and ignorance. To save them. I have come to save them from their own stupidity. Once you can make them minister, give jobs to their family, their daughters and their sons and their wives, they're okay. They're fine. Whilst the rest of the people suffer. People are suffering every blessed day. In our own land, the army can come to your home and arrest you. The police can come to your home and arrest you, and nobody will say anything. You rot in jail or you die, nobody will say anything. But Boko Haram, they're releasing them, giving them uniform, giving them guns to join the army. Don't people see all these things? We are now here and there now. Don't people see? Now you know why we are different from the others. They are there. All those silly and stupid Igbo men and Biafrans at large, I must say, that call themselves leaders and elite. Like some of the fools we have in Ohanes and Southeast governors. Can they copy something from their northern counterparts? Have you heard of any northern governor coming out to ask the government to come and kill people in their area? Only Igbo governors. And they say they are the elite. And some of you ignorantly even listen to them. Very sad indeed. Very, very sad. The idiots we have in Biafra land claiming they are leaders, they have sold their conscience. They have no love for you and they have no regard for you. Ask them, in all the years they've been existing, what have they done for you? The answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. But they claim they're your leaders. You're telling me that in the north or in Yoruba land, you will go to a market dominated by Yoruba people and you arrest people because that OPC was here. So you go and you arrest people. Is that possible in Yoruba land? Ordinary Yoruba? Is that possible? So when you say that Yorubas respect their elders or their leaders because their leaders do something for them in return, you will see the way they will mourn Dr. Fashion, the way they will accord him respect and mourn him. He fought for Yoruba interest. If it is somewhere in Biafra land, they will go and connive. They will tell you, oh, I have my friend, he is the commander of the 82 division. I'll convince him to come with his men. As Iwanyanwu did when Abacha was alive. Some of you will know the story, but I won't go into it tonight. That will be for some other day. We reject marginalization and injustice. We reject Nigeria implicitly. Everything about the zoo we reject. If you're a Nigerian, you're on your own. You can never be my friend. Biafra is our identity. Anybody who is uncomfortable with our quest for freedom is welcome to remain in slavery. Awusa, Fulani people, you can come and take Nyanwood and Igbo governors. Take them to the north. And tie a chain around their neck. And a bandage on their head. Because they want to serve you. They are your loyal servants. And they will serve you very well. Very, very well. We, IPOB, every hardcore Biafran must not lose focus. Because our referendum must come. And it will be a total success. We must bear in mind that the charade they call elections in the zoo must be totally boycotted. We have nothing to do with elections in the zoo, especially the presidential elections. We are not going to vote. Nothing is more important than Biafra restoration. All the innocent traders arrested in Nnewi and locked up. With the help of Igbo politicians, we'll only harden our resolve. And like play, we will shut down the whole of Biafra land. Very soon, we will shut down the whole of Biafra land. This is Radio Biafra. If you're joining us for the very first time, we welcome you. Very, very shortly, we shall be playing for you the very clip that made it possible for Jonathan. For Jonathan to become the president. That is something that nobody had the temerity nor the courage to do. And that is why Jubril is still in power. Anybody or group of persons trying to second guess me or what IPOB will do in the coming weeks and months is an insincere and dishonest person Anybody that knows me will know that I do not change, neither does IPOB. And we are going to destroy the zoo with the very simple truth and nothing but the truth. If any person is of the opinion that sometime in the future that I will change plans, that person needs to see a doctor because his brain is not correct or her brain is not correct. IPOB is boycotting elections 100%. If you want IPOB to vote for anybody, then ask them to agree to our demand, which is a referendum. And that is what we are going to demand, and that's what we're going to get, because that is the right way to proceed. Why would any sensible human being want to vote in Nigeria anyway? When everything in Nigeria is evil, pure evil. Your average Nigerian is a liar, a deceiver, and a cheat. What you have is government of liars, by liars, and for liars. Is that what governance and democracy is all about? But that is what you have in the zoo. People lying to you and deceiving you. They don't pay you your salaries. Your life is miserable. Millions have lost their jobs. You have no good roads, no viable infrastructure, no electricity. You have absolutely nothing. And you wake up in the morning and you say, I am a proud Nigerian. You're a proud idiot, I must say. The government will announce an increase in salary. Ask anybody you know who is a policeman. Have they received the salary increase? Have they received it? But they announced it. Everybody carried it. All the Yoruba papers carried it. Increase in police salary. Has any of them received anything till date? The answer is a capital no. People are committing suicide in their dozens. People can no longer feed their families. And you're telling me that your most pressing need right now is to go and vote. Who are you going to vote for? Is it not the same people that you voted for before? What you need is a total revolution. If you want me to expand this quest to redeem Biafrans, to encompass other people, they must have a revolutionary mindset. When I was in prison, people were begging me, why are you so concerned about Biafra alone? Why don't you try and save other people too? The same problems you have in Biafra, you have in the West, you have in the Midwest, you have in the North. And I said to them, when you develop a very healthy appreciation of the need for a revolution in Nigeria, perhaps we might extend what we are doing to cover those places. If you're not prepared for a revolution, please don't even bother coming out or saying anything. People are dying. People go to sleep hungry in the night. And you're telling me you are in a country where people have conscience. No, they don't. And they never will. Anybody that goes out to vote, or you are even contemplating to vote, you must know that your life is finished. That you have nothing else to offer. How do you hope to bring about a revolution when the only thing that can save everybody is election boycott? If you do not boycott elections, how can you compel politicians to listen to you? How, I ask you? How will you be able to effect any lasting or meaningful change? This fraudulent Jubril Buhari regime, if you have forgotten, we must remind all of you, they collected $1 billion to buy equipment. Is that correct? From the excess crude account. That's what I told you. They don't produce anything. They don't go to work apart from moving cattle from place to place. They do nothing. All they want is to sell oil and gas and import everything else out of it. Is it true that Buratai said, you must forgive me, I had a sip of orange juice. And we must proceed. You know, here we don't hide anything. Everything is out in the open. Buratai gave an interview and said that the army did not have enough equipment to fight Boko Haram. Is that not correct? Is that what he said? Can somebody therefore ask Buratai and the Fulani cabal that steal to their heart's content on a daily basis. What did you do with the $1 billion excess crude account money that you collected to buy weapons? What happened to it? Do you see how everybody seems to have forgotten about that? $1 billion down the drain into the pockets of corrupt Fulani rulers of the zoo. They are in the army. They are in the navy. They are in every head. Everywhere you go to, a Fulani man must be at the helm of affairs. Be it customs, be it fire service, be it civil defense, be it army, be it police, be it navy. Everywhere Fulani men stealing and looting. And surprise, surprise, the head of EFCC is also a Fulani man. So they don't arrest themselves. They keep looking for Joseph Carlo and Desian and Madweke. Do you see the zoo? Those fighting corruption. None of the Yoruba newspapers can do an editorials asking, where did the $1 billion go to? Nobody will ask. But I don't expect you to ask anyway. You are all Nigerians. Very, very useless, I must say. Very, very useless. The corrupt brown envelope journalists you have in Nigeria, especially Channels TV, cannot ask Burata a simple question. What did you do with the $1 billion you collected to buy arms? They won't say anything. As long as they're in power. Do you know that Nigerians as a whole is more corrupt than Nigeria itself? Somebody wrote something very interesting which I had to bring to this very broadcast this evening because I think it's very, very important to give us a sense of perspective as to what it means to be a Nigerian. And the reason why anybody proudly saying to him or herself that they are a Nigerian or that they are Nigerians should be shot to death. That person is lower than a monkey in the forest. And I'm about to prove to you why. Somebody wrote, not me, that Nigeria is a land of generals without war. They have generals, Fulani generals, Hausa generals. Now ask yourself this question. What makes you a general? You must have been to war, commanded men in battle, isn't it? That's what makes you a general. I have an assignment for every one of you this evening. Go and dig out any battle that Buratai led. Very simple, isn't it? He is the chief of army staff, swaggering all over the place. Simple Boko Haram he cannot defeat. If you ask him his achievement, he will say, we stormed this Yama for the no Maya. We stormed the Beku. I remember when I was at Kuje prison. Every morning they will fly their helicopter above my room in the prison. And I used to tell Benjamin Madububu and David Mwamisi that, do you know what they're doing? They said no. I said, to them, they have flown a combat mission. Flying above my cell in the prison is a combat mission for them. That man will one day become a air vice marshal. If you ask him where he conducted his operations, he will tell you, I flew to Kuje prison when Nnamdi Kanu was there. On a reconnaissance mission. Ask Buratai, have you led men in war before you became the chief of army staff? If so, where? And you'll be shocked that the man you made your army chief of staff, I'm sure he doesn't even know how to fire a pistol. But he's a general. Only in the zoo. Only in Nigeria. You say you have professors without any discovery. There's a Yoruba man, a senator, that said he's a PhD holder in genetics. Welcome. Where is your laboratory? But he came out to use his certificate to deceive some of you. To say that what Nnamdi Kanu is saying can never plausibly be true. Because he said, I implied that Buhari was cloned when that wasn't what I said. The first thing he did was to flash his certificates. I am a prof. He started to list out the schools that he attended. All of them. Like Tinubu that went to Toronto University. You know, they list out all these things. They know nothing. I even saw Femi Adesina speaking on TV. He was as incoherent as somebody selling pepper at Idioroko market. You see, that's what I said to you before. Some of these people, when they sit down and spend days and days going through their libraries and plagiarizing what other people may have done in the past to present to you, you say, oh, they're very intelligent. Put them on the spot. Bring the microphone to them and ask them questions. You see them fall to pieces. I looked at Femi Adesina and I wept for the zoo. This is somebody, a media advisor to the president, as incoherent, mumbling and stuttering his way through the interview. And tomorrow they will say he's educated, he's an intellectual. Professors without any discovery. I remember one man called Professor Degoke, University of Ife, I'll never forget. He took 10 million. People will be amazed as to how I remember all these things. He took $10 million from Babangida. He said he was a professor of nuclear physics. We asked him, nuclear physics in West Africa. Nuclear physics, yeah. He said, then they asked him in Igbo then. In all fairness, Babangida had a very spectacular plan for the Nigerian economy. I must be very honest. But the idiots messed it up anyway. He said he will use, listen to this very carefully, nuclear bombardment to multiply the average yield of wheat in the zoo, because then there was a problem with importation of flour from abroad. Are you following what I'm saying? So, Babangida was very desperate. He wanted, for the zoo to be sufficient in wheat production. I'm sure even Babangida himself may have forgotten. This man collected mobilization fee in those days of $10 million to go and research on how to use nuclear rays to multiply the yield of wheat. Till today we heard nothing from him. But he's a professor. He's a professor in the zoo. These are the ways they bamboozle you. Professor Emeritus, this and that. Ask him, Welcome, what have you done in the past? What have you done before? Nothing. Nothing. Because they think we are stupid. They think we don't know what we are doing. But now we have found them out. We have found them out and we must continue. They have taken everything from the zoo. The only thing they can throw in your faces are dead certificates. Dead. Even Buhari had none before he died anyway. Before you become a politician, maybe in the UK, you have to belong to the Labour Party because you believe in the masses, you believe in workers, or you're a conservative because you believe in, leaving things the way they are. In America, you're a Democrat, a Republican, either you're a conservative or you're a liberal. In the zoo, today they're in DPP. Tomorrow morning they're in APC. Next tomorrow they're in PDP. And then the other morning they have now merged to another group. These are politicians in Nigeria. There is no ideology. None whatsoever. Some of you may have forgotten that by this time last year, Atiku Abubakar was in APC. Is that not true? Today he's in another party fighting APC. Everybody wants to get their hand at the honey, the tail of oil and gas money. That's all. They have nothing to offer. You know that. We all know that. They have nothing to offer you because they are politicians without ideology. Defecting from one party to the other, even Akpabio. 3 politicians with the help of IG of police went and they took over Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly. 3 people only. They asked them, why did you? They said, when we came into the house, we did not see the speaker. So we decided to take over and impeach the speaker. But how many of you? He said there are only 3. Hey. Do you see why I call them zoo? When I call them zoo, they don't like it. But they are worse than animals, I'm telling you. Worse. than animals they are. They have wealth without prosperity. The richest man in Africa is a Dangote. But you have an Almajiri begging for food on the streets in Kano. Poverty everywhere. The richest man is Dangote. They have a private, they want to live like you, but they have yacht. They are traveling along the coast. Then the yacht wearing suit and tie. Spending all the money you have because all of you are foolish. The zoo has the highest concentration of public office looters in the world, of which the Fulani constitute 90%. Nobody steals more public funds than Fulani people, but you don't know this because you are daft. Your eyes are closed. You read what Yoruba journalists feed you. Most of them are Yoruba Muslims. They are loyal to the Fulani people. The Fulani are their gods. Some of you don't know that the Sultan of Sokoto is the religious leader of every Yoruba Muslim. Do you know that before? Their loyalty is to the Sultan of Sokoto, not to the Oni of Ife. Go and ask. What I give you here is authentic information. Go and check it. I said it's correct. Nobody steals more than them. Wealth without prosperity. All the richest people in the zoo are politicians, or those that politicians made. Nobody made their money through enterprise or sheer hard work. Those that did, you don't hear about them anymore. Who is the richest man in Yoruba land? Is it not Tinubu? Was he a millionaire before he became governor? Was he a millionaire? I'm asking a simple question. Was Tinubu a millionaire? Do you expect his newspaper, Nation, to criticize him? Do you expect TVC, the satellite TV station, to criticize him? He is their Jagaban. He's stealing on their behalf. They won't criticize him. And if you try to, they say he's an elder. You don't criticize elders. My goodness me. Look at Oshomola, look at Ganduje. He's not the governor of Kano State that took money in dollars, bribery money in dollars. Has he been arrested? How many Hausa Fulani people are being tried for corruption? You can't tell me, because there is none. Absolutely none. And as you're pondering over that, ask yourself, how did Aisha Buhari make her money in oil and gas? Keep asking yourself that question. Before the end of this program, who knows, you might have some answers for us. They claim they are religious without piety. Some of them go as far as trying to make a fool of themselves in trying to make a mockery of my religion. If you don't know, let me tell you tonight. All of you who are thick in the head, let me tell you tonight. Jesus Christ is a Jew. Are you aware of that? Do you know that? Do you know that Jesus is Jew? Do you know he's Jewish? If you are following Jesus Christ, it means you're also a Jew. Now it's sinking in, isn't it? I follow the religion of the ancients, of my forefathers and my ancestors, that worshipped only Elohim and no other. That's what I'm doing. You may not understand it, because its modern interpretation, its scriptural and intellectual interpretation is found in the ethics of Judaism, if you so wish to call it that. It is the religion of the ancients. Christianity came from Judaism. If you don't know, let me educate you. The same way that every other church came from Roman Catholicism. That is also a fact. And if you do not know, and you are in Islam, it was Christians that formed Islam. Now it's becoming clearer, isn't it? Pure fact. The first wife of Muhammad was a Roman Catholic nun. If you don't know, let me tell you. Research it very well. So when people talk rubbish, nonsense, bunkum, garbage they don't know about, Before you understand what we are doing, please, I recommend you go to Eri, the land of Eri, Umueri and Aguleri. Then perhaps you can begin to understand what we are talking about, because I want to debate people who are intelligent, not people with very empty brain, with nothing to say, and they think they can debate me. No, you can't. Before you proceed any further, think and reason. Then you will understand. My religion is the religion of the ancients, our ancestors, the religion of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, and of Eri, of God. If you don't know where Obugad is, go to Umueri, go to Aguleri. If you don't know the meaning of the Star of David, you go to Aguleri and find out, do your research and you read. Because if you challenge me, I will shred you to nothing, to pieces. I am educated. If you feel you're intelligent, you come and you debate me. If you last for 2 minutes, then I know that you're a human being. Because I will reduce you to nothing. You have courts without justice. A court where a judge will tell you my hands are tied. And next year you go and vote. Criminals without fear, they steal in your face and they ask you, what can you do? Can't you ask Tinubu how he made his money? No, you won't ask, because he's Jagaban. Do you see how foolish you are? They have history without glory. Our land, our Nigeria. Nigeria only came into existence less than 60 years ago. How old is your father and your grandfather? And which nation did they belong to before Nigeria was formed? Any day you answer that question, your stupidity will begin to take shape in front of you. You know, some of us are daft, we don't even know it. There is a way you reason very well and properly. Your ignorance will begin to form in your face. You can now see it very well. Here we preach the truth. You have heroes without honor. Like Buratai, you go and you slaughter innocent people, women and children in Biafra land. Shia protesters in Kaduna, you slaughter them, you say you're a general. But at the moment you see Boko Haram, you run away and begin to complain about lack of arms. You have nothing. Intellectuals without thought. Every garbage is an intellectual. When I see fools who cannot stitch one decent sentence together, they say they're intellectuals. One day I will grab one of them in a debate. I'll debate you either in Igbo or in English. When I speak Igbo language, I add no is or was. Intellectuals, my fruit. You are an intellectual. There is no electricity, no running water. You are an intellectual. You can't build ordinary road. You are an engineer. You are a civil engineer. Ordinary bridge, culvert in your village, you cannot build. You are an engineer. Waiting for Julius Becker to come and build road for you. And for Setraco to come and build roads for you. And you say you're an engineer. You're an intellectual. They have schools where they don't learn. They're universities. Anyway, if you don't have a proper washroom, how can you be able to study properly? How can you be able to learn? Terrorists without identity. I love whoever put this together. It's very brilliant. They have hunger even without famine. They have looters who are seeking to return to power, and you vote for them. Somebody steals your money. After being a governor, they go to Senate and you still vote for them. I don't understand this. Integrity without performance. Billionaires. Dangote. Without any business. They do money laundering. That is one, and some of them you have in, is it Owando? You ask them, how did you come into oil business or to come to own an oil block? Like Danjuma, from a general to an owner of oil blocks. I just don't understand it. So as Colin Powell is now, he will go to Texas and he will own an oil well. Because he was a former general. Former defense minister. Or former secretary of state. Do you see how people reason in Africa? That is why when white people see us, they look at us as if we are vermin. We are our own downfall. The reason why we are the way we are is because of our level of stupidity. Black people are stupid. They cannot reason very well. Anybody who reasons properly will be able to ask himself, how come Buhari was taller than Bukola Saraki in 2015? All of a sudden, Saraki is taller than him. They don't ask such questions. How come Buhari's ear was torn? The ear of Jubril is not. No, it doesn't matter. You are saying it doesn't matter because your brain, the central processing unit, the capacity of your brain to digest complex information relating to identity is missing. You cannot reason properly.